Hey everyone, welcome to Comics with Bueller. As always, I'm Bueller. Today's episode 130 of the brand new Coffee and Comic Show. And as you can see, I'm not alone. I got my good friend Bob here with me. Bob, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay today. I stumbled in the door, ready to get going. Episode 130, here we are, pal.
That's right, 130. It's a good number.
It's a good number.
130, added up, that's 14.
There you
I don't know
go.
what that means, but whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah, so anyway, like he said, he stumbled in there and I've been waiting for him, so we made it. So here we are. You know what? Let's start off with the coffee that we're drinking today. And today we're drinking coffee from none other than Mocha Express. And you know what are you drinking, actually?
Not something from Mocha Express. I'm having a Keurig hazelnut coffee.
Yeah.
And it's tasty.
Yeah, he did have a Mocha Express drink, but it was a little off today.
Was a little off.
And so he's like, hey, get something else? I'm like, sure, man. So he's drinking some Keurig hazelnut coffee.
Yeah,
so,
and it's good.
there you go. But it's in a Mocha Express cup. So.
It is.
A clear cup.
I transfer cups.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm having a, what is it, Snickers Frap?
Snickers Frap.
It's hot outside. It's overcast. God,
Yeah.
yesterday was horrible, wasn't
It's
it?
overcast and going to be 102 today.
Yeah, and it's like there's smoky. It's smoky out as well because of the fires around here. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So it's really sucking. But my coffee is awesome. So let me take a sip. Nice and cold. It's got my whipped cream on there. You don't like that whipped cream?
Yeah.
You're not comfortable with yourself and whipped cream?
I'm comfortable with myself on whipped cream.
Yeah, that's gross,
know,
dude. That
I
is
like it
really
on pumpkin
gross.
pie.
There you go.
I'm just not feeling foo-foo today,
There
that's
you
all.
go. Anyway, if you're ever in town, if you want to go to Mocha Express, let us know. We'll meet you there, and the coffee's on Bob. So
Yeah, coffee's on me.
that's how it goes. We've purchased many coffees for people that come into town.
That's right. That's what happens when you're low man on the totem pole.
That's right. I might pay for it as well. So. But anyway, great place, Mocha Express. Check it out. Okay, let's go ahead and do a rundown of what we got today on the show. We'll start off with some announcements and thank yous. We'll go to our first five, brought to you by Bird City Comics. We'll do our topic today, brought to you by Black Box Comics. Our topic is comic shops changing the prices at the register when you bring the books up. It's kind of a interesting topic, and it's very controversial, if you want to say that.
It's a passionate topic, yeah.
Yeah, and there was like 200 comments about this within a day, and people are still talking about that. And apparently, this is happening quite a bit because a lot of those comments were like, "Hey, this happened to me. I went up to buy a book that had a $10 sticker on it, and they said no, it's $20." This apparently now is a common practice. I personally haven't experienced it yet because I don't really go to a shop that sells back issues. I don't know about Bob, but we'll talk about it later in the show. But it's going to be an interesting topic. A lot of passionate people. Like I said, we picked about 10 comments to read, and we're hoping to cover every base. We actually do want to look on the side of the comic shop as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And kind of throw that out there, just because most of it was all on the side of the consumer, and I get that because I'm talking to consumers right now. So anyway, and then we'll go with our final five, brought to you by Bird City Comics, and then we'll have Robbie's pick of the week, the pick. We'll do our honest mystery box reviews by Scout Comics. We're doing the Hive Comics mystery box, and you know what? A couple weeks ago we did a stinker. This Hive Comics one is the opposite of that one. So very excited to share that with you guys.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah. Then we'll have our Was It Good segment brought to you by Comics on Coffee. And we'll announce the winner of the coffee from the comments. And they'll be sending you a copy, whoever won that. We don't have a random thoughts segment, but we'll just kind of wrap everything up with some other announcements and kind of some just some words of wisdom, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyway, it should be a good time, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let me take a look. Starting with the announcements, first thing is I want to say for the super chats from last week, thank you so much, Thomas Jackman. He's a constant super chatter of the channel. I did a live stream the other day. There's a bunch of super chats on that one. I just thanked everyone during the live stream.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. It does help out quite a bit. Second thing is our new Patreons. We have a new Patreon member. I love this name. He Who Remains.
There you love it.
He
That's
Who
awesome.
Remains. That's their profile name on Patreon. So thank you. He Who Remains is our newest Patreon member. If you want to join our Patreon, it's the price of one comic book a month. If you want to keep the lights on and keep the wheels rolling, I didn't do that right, but whatever, you guys get it. Support us by the $4 a month or whatever it is.
Right,
so
right.
Bob's worth it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess. A couple other announcements. I want to say thank you to everyone for the birthday bash celebration, the live stream that we did. Like I said, a bunch of people donated money for the cause as far as for my adventure that I'm going to be partaking on starting next year. Long way to go. I showed a bunch of stuff that was gifted to me from I have an Amazon like wish list for my van life. There's still some stuff on there if you want to take a look. I've actually added a few things on there from some suggestions I got from people, so I added those on there. If you want to help out on that, you're more than welcome to. But really, the generosity I've already received is just enormous.
Yeah.
And a few things actually showed up today that I want to show really fast. I got this cordless fan or whatnot that you can recharge. This will be great in the vehicle or whatnot. So
you're gonna need it.
Yeah, because I stink, so that'll be pretty good. And this one actually had I got the slips for this one, so I can tell you who it's from. Station, and happy birthday, my friend. Hope this helps you stay cool on the road. From Nick, the comic, comic culture.
Station Nick.
I was just on the thing with him. This next thing I got was a great, because I need this because mine are falling apart. I got a brand new tripod.
Nice.
And it's got 4 different settings on it.
Wow.
I definitely needed this because, like I said, my other ones are broken, but I'm still using them. And let's see, this one was from, it says, Dear Bueller, it says, thank you for the joy you and Bob have have brought me in the tough past year with your show. See, look what we can do.
That's awesome.
It says, I love photography. This is my way of saying thank you. I wish you joy and adventure on the road. From Herman, I'll just say last name starts with a B because I don't know if they want me to tell the last name. So thank you so much for that. That's awesome. I was looking at that. Even has a little stabilizer on the bottom.
Wow.
So I can know if it's level when it's on the ground. So that's pretty cool. Those last couple things, this is from my friend Eric S. And I'll show this in a second. That's pretty funny.
He told me yesterday that he got this for you.
Yeah. So first off, he got me the Coleman
the butane stove.
I think this is from him. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It was the same. It was in the same box, so I'm assuming it's the same person. And then he got me dude wipes.
The dude wipes.
Still dude wipes. So what is a dude wipe?
I have no idea.
Dude wipes are like baby wipes.
That's right.
For dudes. Okay? And this is what he wrote on the gift receipt. Says, I totally just gave you butt wipes for your birthday. Enjoy. LOL. That's freaking awesome. He did. I just had a dude buy me butt wipes.
I love it.
I'll take it. I need it. I need it, man. That's awesome. So some more just wonderful gifts that were sent my way or whatnot, to help me along my journey. All this stuff helps. Not only does it help for what I need to do, it also helps because it frees up funds for me to put towards the vehicle and all the other stuff as well. Because this is all stuff I would buy also if I had to or if I need to. So anyway, very cool. Like I said, if you want to check out that wish list, it's in the description, the Amazon Van Life wish list. There's a bunch of stuff on there. Like I said before, there's some spendy stuff on there. I don't expect people to buy that for me, although I'm tremendously surprised to buy a lot of people's generosity. But I have that list for me as well, because eventually I do want to get a new camera and stuff like that. So down the road, I'll save up money and get that whatnot. So that list is for me, and also sharing it with you guys. Let's see. There's some other stuff on here. During the live stream, we showed some giveaway prizes. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to announce the winners for that on the preview video on Wednesday. The reason why is because when we film this video, it's Saturday morning. So that video has only been up for just a few hours. So I want to give more time for people to enter. So it's been like 12 hours since it went up. So I want to give them more time. So probably by Monday, when this video is airing, I've already picked the winner by Monday morning. We'll just let you guys know on Wednesday if that's okay. So, but there's 4 different prizes, including a Transformers #1 and a Star Wars #1 and some other stuff. So
that's awesome.
Tune in on the Wednesday preview show. We'll tell you who won. Also, I want to say Washington State SummerCon is this coming Saturday and Sunday. Looking forward. I'll be there. Bob's going to try to be there. There might be an issue or whatnot, but if he can make it, it'd be great. I'm definitely going to be there. Actually, my mom's going to be there as well. So
awesome.
Should be a lot of fun. Donnie Cates, hang out with him. Howard Chaykin and a few others. So it should be a good time.
Yeah.
So, Washington State SummerCon Part 3.
Part 3.
Yeah. So saying that, we're not gonna, we won't have a coffee show next week because we'll be at the con all weekend.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
We're not gonna have a coffee show. But if I get home early enough, I might go live on Monday morning at 5 o'clock or something like that. I don't know. We'll see.
There we go.
And also, I've said this before, but I'm selling all my books, and I'm going to start doing auctions this month. So be looking out for auctions. I'll be selling all my books. I'm keeping 2 short boxes, and I'm selling about 30 short boxes full of books. Everything from almost a complete run of X-Men, some great Spider-Man books, independent books, you name it. Everything I got, it's pretty much being sold, except for the books that people have sent me. Special ones, you're just, what's his name that sent me those, the Black Panther book.
From Heroes to Icons,
From
Jason.
Heroes to Icons, yeah. He did the artwork on there. There's no way I'd ever get rid of stuff like that. So
Yeah.
those are in my 2 boxes I'm keeping. So the rest of the stuff is all going to be sold this next August and into September. So there you go. Okay, so that's all the announcements. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do our first 5, brought to you by Bird City Comics. And Bob,
Yeah.
you can go first.
Awesome. Well,
Let me take this down real quick there. This nice Moon Knight #1.
Amazing Moon Knight #1.
Ooh.
The Bueller exclusive.
There you go.
Awesome stuff. So Aftershock has been killing it this year, and I just wanted to highlight a series that came out last year that a lot of people didn't hop on. This is Artemis and the Assassin. Here's issue #1. We got issue #2. And this was an amazing series, you guys. If you haven't picked it up, definitely get it in the trade. Issue #3.
Nice.
It's about an assassin who goes through time and takes out different people to change history. Really awesome stuff. And then issue #5. So there you go. That's my first 5.
Not bad, man.
Thank
I
you.
like it. So I'm going the Amazing Spider-Man McFarlane route
Sweet.
on my first and final 5. So the first one I have is Amazing Spider-Man #311.
Oh, yeah. Got that lizard action.
Yep. #312. More lizard action. 313. There's some real lizard action right there.
Yeah.
314 and 315. All McFarlane goodness. Those will be for sale.
Awesome.
They're going to be in the auction. So there you go.
Can't beat those McFarlane covers.
Yeah. So that's our first 5 brought to you by Bird City Comics. But we're just going to put this Moon Knight back up there.
Why not?
Why not? Because it's a really cool book.
Yeah, it is.
So there you go. Let's move on to our topic.
Yeah.
And our topic is brought to you by Black Box Comics. You can go to their website, blackboxcomics.net. Enter the code Bueller. You save 10%. I want to let people know that they have their Kickstarter going on right now for the Shino Kaji,
Shino
Kage, whatever. Volume 1 trade paperback. You can check that out. They've already met their first goal of $3,000, but I'm sure there's stretch goals and all that stuff right now. So I'll leave a link to their Kickstarter. This is Bob, one of Bob's favorite books. He's into samurais and stuff like this. And there's a lot of cool stuff that you can get if you participate in their Kickstarter campaign. So check it out. It's pretty cool. Black Box Comics.
It's a really good series. If you haven't hopped on it, definitely get the trade paperback. In that Kickstarter, they have issue #4 that has a foil cover done by David Mack.
Yeah.
Incredible. I already bought mine. Definitely get yours. It's going to be up there for a bit. Meet the stretch goals. And a lot of great stuff to choose from there.
Yeah, I think they just posted a picture of that on their Instagram today.
Yeah,
it
good stuff.
Looked pretty cool. So there you go. Anyway, our topic today, God, this is going to be an interesting conversation to have.
Yeah.
Our topic today is about comic shops right now and the price points that they're putting on books and when they're putting those price points on books, up to and including when you take those books to the register.
Yeah.
You're in the store, you're going through the boxes, you find a book you like, it says $10. You take it up to the register, they say, nope, sorry, it's $15, or I have to look it up to make sure we're selling it for the right price. This is going on quite a bit because the prices of books are just up and down every day. It's literally every day right now. So apparently this is happening quite a bit. And stores are trying to get fair market value from their books and stuff. So there's a lot of comments about this. This is a tough subject to talk about. You might think it's cut and dry, that's not right, and I understand that, but, we want to look at it from every perspective and give everyone a voice on this because we love our local comic shops.
Absolutely.
We want them to make money and to be around, There's the right way to do it and the wrong way to do it, and this is borderline, possibly the wrong way to do it. So
Borderline.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a hard subject for me. I think it's again very controversial. A lot of people are passionate about
Yeah.
it, and when I look at myself as a consumer, there's emotions that come up.
Yep.
But when I take the emotions out of it and I look at it objectively, my perspective's a little bit different on it. So
Yeah.
let's get into it.
All right, Bob, you're up first.
All right, so the first one comes from Incorruptible Collectibles. He said, sorry, this may be a bit long. As a comic book shop business, it's their responsibility to be up to date on prices, and there is no reason not to be. Everyone has the app or can Google things. It's not 1987 anymore. They have from closing to opening to look through their back issues to price the books accordingly. If the back issues are stated at one price and I spend an hour or more digging through the long box after long box, spending my time, as we all know, lots of sweat, to find these books, to be told at the register that you are now going to have to look them up, that'll be the one and only time they'd be doing that to me. Plus, the comic community is very strong, and word of mouth could hurt their business. I wouldn't translate well into business practice I would speak highly on, but I digress.
So I just wanted to read that one first because it's kind of a summary of everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions about what we're talking about, that pretty much should put in perspective of what is happening and what the stores are doing and what the consumers, us, are experiencing as well. So that's pretty much why I wanted to read that one, because it covers those bases and stuff like that. Let's just go ahead and go to the next one.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
Sounds good. Next one comes from Thomas Jackman. How's it going, Thomas? He says, I would flat out walk away and never return to that store. If they want prices at market, then they need to go through their boxes themselves and reprice them. Otherwise, I may as well just buy books online then, because they have defeated the whole idea of the search.
Yeah. That is a problem that they're going to run into, because for the most part, most people are going to have a bad taste in their mouth, because you're paying more than what you expect to pay. Okay. Well, if you only got $20 in your pocket and you want to buy that $20 book, you take it up there and it's $25 or $30 or $40 or $50. You don't know. And you really don't know, because that's what's happening. They just reprice it there and it's, sorry, let me look this up. I'll tell you what we'll sell it for. Okay.
Right.
They're going to lose business. And there really is no difference between them now and online. Online, the convenience that you don't have to go anywhere. You just sit in the comfort of your home and it shows up at your door.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about, spending, like the last comment, spending hours going through boxes, finding these books. You find the book, I'm pretty excited, I found it or whatnot, to where you can just go to eBay and type it in, and there it is, buy it, and it just comes right to your house.
Right.
So they run the risk of losing lots of customers. Because, like I said, out of the hundreds of comments, 99.9% of them were all like, this is bad practice. I'd walk out. I would not shop there. I would hope that, I don't want that to be the case. It's kind of, like I said, this is kind of a tough one, because, I feel bad for the comic shops, because they should be able to sell their stuff for fair market value. The problem they're running into, they don't have the manpower to keep updated. Okay, let me take that back. Most of the shops don't have the manpower to do that, and then you have lazy shop owners.
There's that as well.
There's two differences. So I want to address the lazy shop owner. If they're just lazy, they don't do it. Screw them. Okay, right. Because if they're lazy on that, they're lazy on other stuff as well. Okay, and they're probably not the best business practice. But if the local mom and pop, who was there 7 days a week, running the register, filling boxes, filling orders, doing all this stuff, it's not easy to sit there and have to price your 50,000 books every week to make sure they're selling for what they are going for.
Right.
It's not an easy undertaking, because every comic is different. I mean, every book is a different price now. And when you're looking at a one-person job, to manage 50,000 books or whatever it is,
And usually it's a lot more than 50,000 books.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's not easy to stay on top of all that stuff. So that's kind of where I find myself in the middle. It's like, yeah, it's kind of crappy, and like I said, the lazy comic shop owner, that's a whole other story. But the ones that I see in there, and they're all by themselves. And their lunch break is them eating their lunch behind the counter by themselves.
Right.
and really trying to make it. They're not like they don't take a day off, and not being rich. They're just doing what they can to stay in business. So I want them to stay in business. So anyway, that's kind of where I fall on this category. I know you kind of feel the same way.
I do. When I looked at it from the perspective of the collector, then it's a crappy it's a crappy practice because that thing that I found, it's like, oh my gosh, I just found gold for this price.
Yeah.
And then you go up to the register and it's like, no, you didn't find gold. We have to look that price up. It's going to defeat you. But when I look at it objectively, right, and I look at that particular shop owner and I know what it takes to go through just a brand new collection, right, having to look everything up, having to grade it, having to price it, right, you can get 3-4 long boxes, and that alone is going to take up a considerable amount of time. Right? And if you're the only person in the shop, how are you supposed to go back through all those 50,000 other books when the key collector app has just put another, couple hundred keys on the market, and first appearances and all these other things? The climate today is not what it used to be. And now the power is so much more in the buyer's hands. And the comic shop is actually at a disadvantage, I think. And when I look at it objectively, they're at a disadvantage. On the other hand, when you talk about lazy shop owners, when they've got a crew of people, right, and they're pulling off that practice, I'd never walk in that shop again.
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
Never walk in that shop again.
Yeah.
Right? There's a couple of shops out here that have a crew of at least 6-7 people that help them out on a weekly basis. And if they were to just take one person and use that one person to go through and make sure that the prices are up to date on their books, they're golden.
Yep.
And if they're not doing that, that's a shop I'd never go to again.
Yeah. And I want to throw something out there real quick, and this is something that for small businesses. So if there's any comic shops that are watching this right now, one thing I used to do with my other businesses years ago is I would have an intern from the local high school, and they earn credit for helping out the store a couple days a week. There's certain things they can and cannot do as far as legality reasons, but going through comics and picking out the ones that are at different prices by looking at an app, they know how to do that very well.
Yeah.
And that's a free service for the comic shop, and the student would get credit for business or something like that. So I know that's available. So
Sure.
It's a minor thing, but I just want to, because I've used it. Mm-hmm. I've done that before. When I worked at Software Etc., I had an intern from the local high school. He came in like 8 hours a week, and every time he came in, I had to reorganize the bins in the back. Perfect. It saved us so much time.
Sure.
Didn't cost us nothing. He got a credit. He enjoyed it. He was working in video games. So
right.
Worst things you can be doing.
Yeah. I'll get more into that later. But
okay.
I got more on that.
All right. Okay, Bob, you got the next one here.
Next one comes from Clouds Comics. He says, I feel if shop owners all start pricing their books at the register, this will essentially start to kill what shops are left. If the owner wants entire fair market value of a book, then they should be the ones going through their books and doing the research. You kill the thrill of the hunt for everyone, because if that's the case, we can just buy online at fair market value.
Yeah. So the hunt is a real thing. I mean, we've all found that book. We've talked about finding that. What's your best find? We've had that subject or whatnot.
Yeah,
and how we try to hide it from the people at the register. And we stick it like the third book down in the pile of the books that we're getting or whatnot.
Right.
That hunt part of it is awesome. We like the digging for gold, and we find gold or whatnot, and it's a $4 price tag. This is a $10 book, Sometimes you get a $10 book and it's a $100 book. That happens, okay? And he's right. If this is the ongoing practice, if they price them at the register when you bring them up there, even though they've got a sticker on them, that experience, oh man, I'm going to get a good deal, is out the window. And that's part of the fun of the collecting, to be honest.
It is part of the fun, but if you really think about it, and I'm playing objective here.
Yeah, I know.
Because
that's what we want to do on this one.
I've capitalized on this many times.
So have I.
Right?
So have I.
But if you really think about it, what you're talking about is I'm going to get over on that shop. he's sleeping.
Yeah.
I found something, and like you just said, I'll put it the third book down, so hope he doesn't see it.
Yeah, you did that too.
I did. I'm not saying that I haven't.
So did you.
I'm not saying that I haven't, right? But what we're talking about is I want to get something not for fair market value, right? And and then later on we brag about it, but really the morality of it is you're getting over on somebody who was sleeping, right? And now you're mad.
But am I getting over because I'm just more informed?
This is the dichotomy of the conversation, right?
That's exactly it.
And so, but in the end, when you get that book, and now all of a sudden they're gonna price it at the register, and now all of a sudden you're mad because you have to pay regular price.
Yeah.
Well, when you go buy it online, aren't you buying regular price? So I mean, there's this whole thing.
I get it. It's a weird conundrum that we're in because I don't like the practice.
I think
it's a horrible business practice.
But I can also understand it, especially for a guy or a couple who are running the shop themselves. They cannot do that, especially with the power that is in the hands of the buyers nowadays. The one guy just said, from the time they close to the time they open, they got all this time to, right? Well, what about their family? What about living normal life?
Yeah.
It's a job, and it's also part of the hobby. And we got to remember, most of these guys are collectors just like us.
And then they're not doing it to screw you over.
No,
that's the thing. That's the one. Screwing you over would be like, it's a $10 book. I'll charge you $20. That's called being screwed over. Okay. Right. What's not being screwed over is that's a $10 book. I'm going to charge you $10. That's not being screwed over.
Right.
That's paying fair market value. It's just the order of session that it's going right now is what the problem is.
Right.
Because the prices aren't what they're reflecting, because there's so many hours in a day. For some people. So
this is tough, man.
It is. I was really trying to think of what conversation I want to have, and when somebody asked me this multiple times, I was like, okay, can we do a show on this? I'm like, yeah, we could do a show on this.
Right.
So, and then of course by a couple hundred comments within 24 hours, people were talking about this.
For sure.
Anyway, I think I'm up here next. This is Mr. Shark JB23. Okay. This is just a story. I just wanted to read his story he had. This happened to me in early June. I found a Young Avengers number 6 with a $24 price sticker. Went to purchase it, and the shop owner looked it up on his laptop and told me that's a $50 on eBay. I asked him to show me the listing, and he did. I found it on my phone and asked him if that was the correct one. He said yes, and then I hit the buy it now and told him, I'm sure the eBay seller thanks you for the sale. He got upset and called me a smartass and then banned me from the store. I just remained calm and the whole time and quietly left.
Oh, ouch.
I just wanted to read that one.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say. Just like that, I just had a lot of fun reading that comment.
Yeah.
Because that's probably something I would do. To certain people. Let's put it to you that way. You like that one?
Oh, man. Here we go.
Yeah. All right. I got the next one as well. This is from House of L Comics. It says, the price is the price, and that is illegal in most states when they do it. I just walk out and never go back. Okay. So I wanted to do some research on the legality of the price and changing the price at the register as opposed to the price sticker. Okay. Mm-hmm. A lot of people brought that up. Well, it's illegal. Well, it's a gray area, to be totally honest. And I actually did a lot of research on this. I actually talked to a lawyer friend of mine as well. And for one thing, I'll tell you why it's a gray area. What's on the cover of every comic book?
The price tag.
The price tag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Or the price.
The price. Tag. And what is that price normally for older issues?
Cover price.
60 cents?
$20.
$1? Yeah, very much lower. Okay? It's on the front of the book. Okay? And then there's a price sticker that overrides that price, or supposedly. Now, you could make the argument, say, hey, what do you mean that's $4? That on the cover says $1. Okay? That's an argument that you can make. Will it hold up? No, it won't. But it's there. And think about that. Think if you have a pack of gum and it has a thing for 25 cents on it, and you go to your local grocery store and they charge you 50 cents, but it says 25 cents on it. Is that right? No. But for some reason, comics or books like this get a pass. Okay? And
Because they're a reseller.
Yeah, it's a reseller, and it's a hobby, and it's not a necessity like water or food or stuff like that, which price gouging, you can sit there and say, oh, there's a pandemic. The people are selling toilet paper for $100. They can stop that. It's a necessity. The government can step in and take care of that so they don't price gouge. You can't do that on a hobby. There's no legal ramifications to you can charge whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, after looking at the legal thing, if they're breaking the law, in some states they are. Okay. But here's the thing: it's so minor, nothing's going to happen. Besides you calling the Better Business Bureau and you lodging a complaint, nobody's going to get arrested. Nobody's going to try this nobody's going to take this case or whatnot as far as a civil action or whatnot. It's just, it is what it is. Yeah, in some states it might be illegal, but in theory, they're already breaking the law. They're already breaking the law by taking a book that says $1 on it and putting a sticker that says $4 on it. Or a book that says 12 cents on it and putting a price sticker that says $1,000 on it.
Right.
Okay? So it's already being done. But it's changing now because, they're going to change it at the register. Like I said, it's a gray area. But as far as actually making this stick into a case or whatnot, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
No lawyer's going to pick this up. It's going to be like, it's not even worth their time. You're not even going to get an officer to the place or whatnot if that's what you're thinking it's going to happen. It's not. It's such a gray area it's people might say it's illegal, but really there's some other things in play. And I just wanted to put that out there. You can do some research and you can find some stuff in your state, and every state's going to be a little bit different. But for the most part, when you're in the retailer, they have say for what they want to charge on their merchandise or whatnot, unless it's a commodity that's like water, a necessity type thing.
Yeah,
stuff like this. It's like, give me a break. You're upset because they're charging an extra $5 for a Superman book? Right. Like, don't bother us. We got better things to do. So, anyway, I just want to talk about that real quick because I know that was brought up quite a bit. So, let's see. I got the next one here as well. This one is from Jeezy Cheesy. One says, I'd rather that they say when you come in through the door. Not after you go through everything. Also, that means I now have to spend more time looking up prices on my phone. I get it, though. Just hope your customers take the ride with you. So, what do you think about that? What do you think about the policy at the door?
That right there is, to me, that is the best thing to do, because you're setting expectation.
Okay.
A lot of times when people are disgruntled, it's because expectation wasn't set. They thought a certain set of rules were in place, and now that rule goes out the door because you're doing something different than I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so right when they walk in the door, you have a sign there that says, we have the right to look up whatever comic that you bring up the table because fair market value is changing on a daily basis.
Yes.
And if they were to do that, I am much more apt to say, okay, I understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then it's my choice whether or not I go to that comic shop or not. But at least they let me know before I went and started digging, found that piece of gold, and then got up there and was like, oh.
Yeah. I would, I'm trying to come to a comfortable medium on this, and this would be one thing I'd be, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
They've informed me ahead of time, or even before I started looking, hey, just so you know, this is what it is. We're going to double check the prices before we sell them just to make sure we're not getting hosed or whatnot.
Sure.
And I remember at Comic-Con, the guy had a sign, the prices on the books are not necessarily the prices, because the guy bought like a whole collection, and he brought it to the Comic-Con to sell it, but they all had random prices on it. So I get it. Because I was looking, I was like, man, these are really underpriced. And I could notice right away that these are not the right prices. They've been sitting there for years, and they've gone up quite a bit since then. So he, right out front, signs everywhere, the prices on the books are not the actual prices. Please ask for correct price.
Yeah.
And my expectations were set. Now that's going to turn people off right away. And that's fine, because at least you're not wasting your time going through all these books and finding books and like, oh, I got a stack and I thought I got a good deal, and I go up there and they charge me fair market value.
Right.
As long as your expectations are set ahead of time, I think that's a fair thing that they can do. And then as hopefully they get to it, they change the prices on the books.
This is
they
true.
need to be working on that also at the same time.
This is true. I absolutely. But you know something? If you're a good comic collector, you're not accepting the price on any book.
Yeah.
You're haggling.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And so you don't have to accept that price when he throws it out there. talk to him.
Yeah.
Talk to him. See if he can make a deal on it. So, you know, I mean, it doesn't have to be, oh, this is a $50 book now.
Yeah.
Right? Well, so maybe you bring 3 books up. Well, based on buying 3 of these, can you cut me a deal? How about this much? This is what I can afford. And you start to haggle. These guys love that.
Yeah. And a perfect example, a $20, it's a $10 book on the sticker. It's selling for $20. Take it up there. He's like, oh, well, it's selling for 20. It's like, hey, you know what, man? I'll give you 15. That's 5 more than what you had it marked. How about that?
Right.
And if you're comfortable with that, I guarantee you they're probably going to be comfortable with
Absolutely.
that. Because they're making more money than what they would have made.
And they
have a happy customer walking out the door.
Absolutely. Then you both don't feel like you just got screwed over.
Yeah. So in case you're looking at that, like, it's instead of just putting them down and turning around and walking out, try going that way.
Right.
So anyway,
you know, and by saying this, you guys, we're trying to remain objective as possible. We get it. We're hunters ourselves, and I can already tell. You know, just be kind with your comments after this. We're not trying to play one side or the other. We're just trying to be objective.
Yeah. All right, you got the next one as well.
All right. So next one comes from Clayton Carol Q. I think that's how you say it.
Sure.
The irony is that these stores will conveniently forget to charge less for the comic if it has gone down from the previous pricing. Keep that in mind, people, and shove their BS in their face when you show them the price dropped and casually ask them to adjust the price accordingly. Great point.
You know, let's be honest. If we see a comic that's overpriced, we just don't buy it. And we've seen that all the time. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the time I've seen plenty of books that are like, man, that's selling for too high. You know, and I don't go up to them and say, oh man, this is well overpriced. You need to fix your prices. I just skip it. I just don't buy it. I just go somewhere else and look for a better price. And that's the same thing online as well. You see a books online. This one's selling for $20. This one's selling for $10. You know, I'll buy the one for $10.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't message the guy selling it for $20 and say, hey man, you should sell it for $10. You know, I don't take the time to do that. I just kind of move on because, I mean, for every price to be exactly what it should be is almost impossible.
Yeah, it's subjective. I mean, the price is subjective anyway. Yeah. You know, for me, when I see a price on a book that's too high, I don't mind going up and saying, hey, this is too high. So, you know, to me, it's a conversation starter. It allows me to go up and offer a price for a book.
Yeah.
Based upon what it is now, and then we start to have a conversation. So I treat it the same as books that are overpriced, right, or underpriced, right? And so bottom line is like when I'm online, I'll do the same thing. If I see a book and I don't see any other books out there, I'll look to see if he'll take offers on it.
Yeah.
Right, and I'll do that. I'll make an offer on it, or if he's got a store, I'll see if there's any other books there so that I can make a package deal. Same thing when I'm inside of the store. Right?
Yeah.
I'll go inside and I'll get a few books, and if some of them are under or overpriced, and I know that, I'll let them know, right? But on the other side, do I really let them know that it's underpriced?
Yeah.
You know, so it does go both ways.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't let them know it's underpriced. There you go. You know, what would be like? Say the value of the book is $10, mm-hmm. and say I had a price sticker at $12. Would you say something about that?
Yeah.
You'd say, oh, this is $2 more.
I would say that the price on the sticker is higher than the actual book right now, right? But
even if it was just a couple bucks.
Even if it was just a couple bucks.
All right, you're that guy, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's a comic shop, man. It's like going into a swap meet. It just has brick and mortar, right? So haggle. When it's back issues, always haggle.
There you go, haggle. But unless it's underpriced. Get in and get out as fast as you can.
Exactly, right? But that's the dichotomy of this, right?
Yeah.
Because like I said, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, you got the next one also.
All right. Oh, this is a tough one. This one comes from Ivan the Martian. He says, they seem to be taking advantage of the influx of collectors, but when it dies down, they will, with all regret, the terrible practices they made.
Yeah, and there is an influx of new collectors, and that's what's making this an issue.
Influx of informed collectors.
Yeah, because it's right there in your palm of your hand.
Right.
And you can look at it anytime you want. And it makes collecting is a lot different than it was, 3 years ago. And honestly, I'll just say it. The apps and the websites and YouTube or whatnot has changed collecting, okay? And especially the apps and being in the possession of your hand. I really don't know if it's changed it for the better or for the worst. Sometimes I lean as though Key Collector is the worst thing you could ever use, or what? And sometimes I think it's the best thing you could ever use.
Yeah.
I kind of go back and forth, when you look at things and you just kind of like, good old days with old Overstreet once a year.
Right.
And you kind of just went like that. Like, let's see how much my book increased over the last year.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Overstreet came out this week or whatnot, or last week.
Yeah.
So anyway, but it's a different collecting world and dichotomy, and honestly, we've talked about collecting burnout in the past. I personally haven't bought a back issue for a year. I mean, when I think about it, I haven't bought anything besides new books in almost a year. And I haven't had any desire to. I haven't had any desire to go back and go hunting for back issues or hunting for keys or whatnot. And I really don't want to. Mm-hmm. My collecting right now is literally, there's 5 books on my pull list right now, and that's it. 5 books on my pull list. I get those, I'm happy with those, and I read a bunch of books. And I'm happy with that collecting. So I'm informed. I know what's going on, in the comic books, and I hear all the things about the keys or what's popping or whatnot. It doesn't mean that it makes me want to go buy them or whatnot.
Sure.
But collecting is just different. Honestly, with all the addition of the apps and the websites and stuff like that, for me, it's kind of made me take a step back.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of old school collectors, if you want to consider myself an old school collector, might see that the same way. And it's like, it's so much more... I don't want to say confusing, but just so much more in your face right now. And before, it seemed more like just a casual, hobby, to where it's like you could go a few weeks and be fine. Right now, if you go a couple weeks, it's like, man, I missed everything.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I'm lazy, I guess. Maybe that's all. I'm just kind of a lazy collector is what it is. So, but it's different. I think we'd all agree the hobby, if you've been in the hobby for many years, it's so different now than what it was.
Absolutely.
In the 80s, 90s, or even 10 years ago.
Yeah, and you never know what you're going to get on the hunt. Like just a couple of weeks ago, I got that amazing haul, and the guy who had all those books, you could tell he knew what he had.
Yeah.
He didn't want to deal with it. And so I capitalized on that. Yeah. I was at the right place at the right time. I mean, he made a huge deal, the guy that came behind me and bought all those books up.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel bad about, getting what I had, because I didn't take the keys, and I did exactly what he told me to do. He said, just don't take all the Silver Age and don't take all the keys. And I filled up a short box.
Yeah, you took some good stuff.
I did.
And like I was saying earlier, I'm selling my whole collection. I don't have any reservations about doing it. And I thought I would. Maybe a year ago I would. But right now it's like, you know what? I'm excited for these books to find a new home.
Yeah.
And the wonderful runs of books, that I've collected over the years, the last few years. And I'm excited to take that collection, move it on to whatever place it finds, and then to use those funds to enjoy different experiences in my life and
Absolutely.
Stuff like that. So I have no reservations at all about selling. And a lot of people are like, "Oh man, I'm sorry you have to sell your books." I'm not. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it. So,
that's
like
awesome
I said
stuff.
before, when I sell the books on the auctions, I'm recycling all the old Gemini mailers because I have a room full of them. And so, don't give me a hard time if you get a used Gemini mailer.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. All right. I got the next one here. This is from Brett Bonhamley, I think. It says, look, this is an ugly, dark side of the hobby. Everyone wants to find the $1,000 book for a quarter. Comic shops buy at way below value, and collectors do the same. The ugly truth is there would be no comic market if people didn't buy low and sell higher. Comic shops are a business. Most people are angry because comic shops are not letting people take advantage of them. Honestly, I think the collector needs to examine why and how they are collecting. The problem may not only be with the shops. I wanted to share that comment because this was one of the only comments that were more favorable towards the shops.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're trying to bring every point of view on this because this is your guys' conversation. This is what you guys are bringing to us.
Right.
What you guys are telling us. Let me just say, example, and let me ask you this: if you were to buy a book, take a book to the register, okay, and the book says $20 on it, okay, and it has a sticker $20, and the guy at the register rings it up, it came up, he goes, "Oh, look, it's $10. Sorry, it's marked 20. I'm gonna sell it to you for 20."
Mm-hmm.
What would you say?
At that particular point, I'd say, where are you finding your price at?
Yeah, but you were okay with buying it for 20.
But if I was okay with buying it for 10, I'd still haggle with him.
No. Throw that out there. Don't put that in there.
Okay.
I'm just trying to paint a scenario here. You're buying a book for $20.
Right.
Okay. Let's just say it's something else. Say you're buying a car part for $20. Okay. And you go and you take it to the counter and they ring it up. It says $10. Okay. When they ring it up, but the price tag still says 20, and they say, well, it rang up at 10, but you know what? The price tag on it says 20, so we're going to sell it to you for 20. What's your thoughts?
That'd be false advertising.
How is that false advertising?
If I was in any store and you did that to me, it's not a comic store. If I was in any store and you showed me a price, right, and then I went up to the register and you charged me a higher price.
No, you're not getting it. You're not getting this. Listen to me.
Okay.
You're shopping. Okay, there's an item on the floor.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
On the floor, it
Right.
says $20.
Okay.
On the floor, it has a sticker on there, $20. Okay, you take it to the register. You got a $20 bill in your hand to buy that for $20. They ring it up, and it rings up at $10. And they say, "Oh, it's $10." It rings up, but since the sticker says 20, we're gonna charge you 20. What's your
that would
thoughts?
leave a bad taste. I mean, I would buy it for 20, but now that you brought this conversation up, that doesn't feel right.
Yeah, this is the reverse of what we're talking about.
Right.
But yet, you see what I'm getting at?
I do.
It's kind of, this is a different scenario. It's the same scenario, but it's flipped.
Right.
Okay. Bottom line is, you want it for as low as you can possibly get it.
Of course.
And that's what people are looking at. Okay. They want it for as low as they can possibly get it. Whether the sticker is wrong on both ends, whether the sticker is higher or lower, they want it for as low as they possibly want it. It doesn't matter what the sticker says.
That's
okay?
right.
And that's the conundrum that we are sitting in. Because, I mean, think of that scenario I just pointed out. I had to explain it to Bob a few times here, and he finally got it, you know. But he understands what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I would be
I had
the
to
same
take
way.
comic books out of the equation.
Yeah. But I would be the same way. I'm like, what are you talking about? It rang up $10. Like, no. We have to honor the sticker price. And it's like, you know what? That's what we were trying to get before. We were trying to get you guys to honor the sticker price. But we only want you to honor it when it's in our favor.
Right.
When it's not in our favor, we don't want you to honor it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the problem that you run into. It's got to work both ways.
Yeah. I mean, there's always been this, dichotomy between the seller and the buyer. I think Norman Rockwell has a famous picture of a butcher, and the butcher is pressing down on the scale while the customer is pressing up while he doesn't know. Right? And so, that dichotomy has always been there.
Yeah.
And so I don't think you're going to get rid of that, because even inside of comic shops, it's going to float into there.
Yeah.
Right? But, you don't have to accept anything.
Yeah.
It's still your choice.
There you go. All right, I got the last one here. And this is from Bill Gomez. He says, "A-holes." But it says something else. It says, "will always ruin it for everyone else. Scalpers are killing your local comic shop. No overhead costs, no labor costs, insurance, theft, and everything else. We need to be a little more understanding of our LCS situations. They're disappearing at an alarming rate. When was the last time someone told you their LCS, hey, we're undercharging me for these books?" Exactly. Okay. That kind of goes to our very first thing that we talked about as far as LCSs, and the difference between a good LCS and the mom and pop that are working hard every day trying to keep things afloat. Should they be allowed to sell their stuff for fair market value? They just don't have time in the day to check all the prices. Okay, I would be so understanding of them. So, whoever it is, like, hey, we're sorry. We just can't get to all these things, and we're trying to do this, trying to do the right thing, but really it's not viable for us to sell these products for that low of a price when the fair market value is so much more. I would understand the argument. I don't get the argument when it's a lazy comic shop owner and they're just sitting there all day long not doing nothing. And I've been in plenty of shops like that, and they're just sitting there goofing around, or they're playing Magic all day long. Okay?
Been there, done that too.
Yeah, whatever it is. It's like, okay, 3 of your employees are playing Magic. Okay? Not one of them can't go out there and price your books. I don't have any sympathy for that comic shop at all. And they will dig their own grave. Okay? If those are the shops that you're dealing with, let them dig their own grave. Because hopefully there's someone comes up next that opens up a good shop and is more willing to work with people or whatnot. And those are the people probably it's like, hey, I know our stickers are not correct. And this book is selling for $20, but I'll sell it to you for $15. How about that? And I would be more than willing to work with that shop because I understand what they're going through. They're a struggling business. They don't make a lot of money. They're there, 9 to 5, 7 days a week, and that's their life, And they can't even hire an employee because the minimum wage is $15 an hour.
Yeah.
And so I get it. I get the problem that they're in. And really, this just kind of goes back to it being simpler when it was Overstreet, and they priced their books once a year. They got the new Overstreet, and they started going through their books and seeing what there is. Overstreet is a daily thing now.
Yeah.
And it's almost impossible to do that. Because what other market, as far as dedicated shops that are just dedicated to one thing, they have to change their prices daily on the majority of their products? Not a lot. Not a lot. Because it's a collector's hobby, and there's all sorts of outside information. Other places, they change their prices because of it's going to cost more to get these parts to make it. Okay, that's why prices change, or this thing costs more to get this done. Okay, not because there's a movie coming out, or an actor put something on their Twitter, or something like that. That's not why prices change at Fred Meyer's or Walmart.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my 2 cents. Anything to add towards the end there?
Yeah, I like what you said earlier about people volunteering, to help out comic shops. We have a comic shop here in town that deals with nothing but back issues, and the guy who buys the comics, he buys everything. So he buys, tons of long boxes full of nothing but dollar comics,
yeah.
And he can't do it all himself.
Yeah.
And he relies upon people to come in and volunteer. And I tell you what, he takes care of those people.
Yeah, I like the volunteer thing. I think that's a good idea.
I think it's awesome. But really, when it comes down to it, anybody who brings anything up to the price register, the price that's on that book for him, it's a conversation point.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Right? If you have a comic shop that says, no, this is what fair market value is, and there's no discussion beyond that this is what the price is from this, I got no love for that shop. Yeah. Right? Because it is a subjective thing. Pricing, when it comes to this hobby, is a subjective thing.
Yeah.
And haggling is part of it.
Yeah.
Right? And so, that's my take on it. If it's not a conversation point, then you got something else going on there. It's a consumer deal that has a hard line on it. And at that point, yes, I'd be miffed. I'm not gonna do that. And just remember that it's always your choice.
Yeah.
Right. You see a practice going on like that. It's still your choice whether you buy from that comic shop or not. I'd rather them show it up front. But if they don't, again, it's still your choice.
Yeah.
And again, I understand it, guys. This is a hard one.
Yeah. This is it was. I don't know if we accomplished anything. We normally don't, but it's definitely a conversation people are having, and so we wanted to have it as well.
I would love to hear from somebody like Russ from Mill Geek,
yeah,
right, or just a comic shop owner, Dwayne from a comic. I can't remember his comic shop from in Florida there.
Sure.
And get their take on it.
Yeah.
And see what they say. I
think, like Dwayne's shop, he's got so many books in there, I wouldn't even know where to start the price of those stuff. I've been to a shop before.
Yeah.
And the Comic Pusher.
There you go.
And that's exactly whose shop came to my mind when we were talking about this. That is a guy, him and his wife worked there 7 days a week, nonstop. Nice shop, a lot of inventory, a lot of customers or whatnot, but they struggled to make it during the pandemic and everything, and they did everything they could to survive, and luckily they did, and they're still going right now. They're still working, 7 days a week, all that stuff. So it's like, give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Go to another shop. They're a bunch of lazy Magic players. I'm sorry. The Magic players not all Magic players are lazy, but I'm saying if you're on the job and you're playing Magic when you're working at a comic shop and you should be helping or pricing books,
right?
Those are the lazy people or whatnot. There's stuff to be done so you aren't confronted with this situation. If that's the shop that you're going to right now and you're experiencing that, don't go to that shop.
Right.
I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go in the first place.
Absolutely.
And because they probably don't really care. So anyway, that's it, man. That's the conversation. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this. We fall right in the middle. It just depends on the situation. To be totally honest, depends on the situation. I think we gave a couple solutions for comic shops as far as volunteers, as far as interns or whatnot, as far as letting set your expectations at the door. That's also an option that we would be more open to than digging through hours of books and coming up and realizing all these great things that we found are not what they are. So
Right.
anyway, you guys, that is it for the topic this week, brought to you by Black Box Comics. All right, so that was our topic, man, and I thought, you know, like I said, we don't really accomplish much, but we try. Let's go ahead on to our final 5, brought to you by Bird City Comics, and Bob, will let you go first as well.
Sure thing. Brought some Avengers books today. I love these covers. We got Avengers number 204. Avengers number 208.
Nice. I thought you showed these a couple weeks ago.
I showed on my haul.
All right.
Avengers 213.
Uh-huh.
Avengers 225.
There you go.
And Avengers 226.
Nice. Look at you.
Look at
Avengers all the way.
All the way.
All right. I guess I'm going to show. You going to take that last
Yeah.
one? All right. I'm sticking with the McFarlane.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man. Number 310. Amazing Spider-Man. 328. That's awesome. The new Immortal Hulk that comes out this week, I think, or last week, has an homage to that, the B cover.
That's awesome.
Number 325. Number 319. All McFarlane covers and interior, I believe. And 318. All Todd McFarlane goodness. He's opening up an online toy store. You see that?
Did you really?
Sure. I'll help you promote, Todd. Anyway, let's put this book back up there again.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's your final 5, brought to you by Bird City Comics. Go to their website, birdcitycomics.com. Enter the code Bueller. Save 10%. You can still buy that book. I believe there's some available. The Virgin and the regular trade dress. Enter the, 10%, all that good stuff. Bob didn't use it, but you know what? You can.
Still good.
There you go. Okay, let's go on to our good friend Robbie. And we'll go ahead and do Robbie's Pick of the Week.
Hey everybody, I'm Rockin' Robbie Billups from Pop Culture Philosophers Station. You're checking out the all-new Coffee and Comic Show, and my Pick of the Week is...
Gru Meets Tarzan, number 1 by Dark Horse Comics. Bueller.
Yeah.
Did you have a chance to read this one?
Yeah, no. I didn't read it. Did you read it?
Neither did I.
Yeah,
Wasn't on my pull list.
We don't even have a copy of it. We got a digital image up there showing it or whatnot.
Yeah.
But apparently, Robbie loved the hell out of this book. Out of everything that came out, everything, Gru Meets Tarzan floated his boat the most.
Yeah.
In a river full of pudding, apparently. I don't know what that means, but you know what? We're in Bizarro world now, so it doesn't matter.
Robbie.
He really liked it. I mean, he really went into it.
Yeah. I heard him.
And there's something about the ongoing cheese thing or something. Like he's looking for cheese.
I guess so.
I don't know. Anyway, that's what he picked. His pick of the week is.
I pretty much guarantee you that's not going to be our pick of the pick.
You never know. Anyway, let's go to our pick the pick, and let's see what we picked for Robbie's pick of the week.
All right, let's see what we got here. So, Bueller, you chose Gru Meets Tarzan.
Yeah, I did.
And so did I.
That's right. We picked your pick.
Go figure on that one, buddy.
Yeah, 2 can play at that game there, pal. Anyway, we both get $100.
There we go. Jan?
We got it right. No, he has to pay for it this time.
Oh, there we go.
If he's going to go with Gru Meets Tarzan, dude, he's paying for the pick. We got it right. We knew all along that it was going to be Gru versus Tarzan.
Exactly.
Both of us sat there and we looked at all the books that were coming out.
Didn't even need King the Conqueror to help us.
Exactly. We're like, that's it. It's going to be the Gru one because, Robbie loves it. He's going to pick it. He wants some cheese.
He wants some cheese and some
what?
pudding.
That's what it is. So we got it right. So take that to the bank, sucker.
Pudding and cheese, baby.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to do the pick because we don't have a show next week. But I'm just going to randomly pick. I'm going to pick it right now. I'm telling you what he's going to pick already this coming week.
What's that?
The Swamp Thing number 6.
You think it's Swamp Thing number 6?
Sure. Why not? It's either that or Looney Tunes 28. And I'm going to go with Swamp Thing number 6. And he's going to hate us. He really does take these seriously. And stuff.
I know he does.
But Swamp Thing number 6. He hasn't mentioned Ron V for a few weeks. He's probably in his little girl phase right now, getting a little.
Not a lot of great books coming out next week, so I would probably pick that too.
So Swamp Thing number 6 is what he's going to pick. So watch his video on Tuesday, and he's going to my pick is Swamp Thing. Number 6 with a bullet. And go for the Matina cover, man. Don't show the A cover, show the B cover once in a while. That Matina cover is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So there you go. That's our pick the pick. Pick this. You pick that yourself, man. Dig in your own grave. We're going to get it right every week from now on. We've learned. The
hard way.
All right, let's go to our next segment here. And our next segment is Honest Mystery Box Reviews, brought to you by Scout Comics.
Mm-hmm.
And this week we are looking at the Hive Comics Mystery Box. And I'm very excited about the Hive Comics Mystery Box because I like giving good reviews. I don't like giving bad reviews. And just by me saying that kind of tells you ahead of time that we're going to give it a pretty good review.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little bit about Hive Comics. You can go to their website. It's hive-comics.com. You can find many things on their website, including this mystery box. What it is, it's got 6 books. It's mainly their exclusives, from what I can tell. It's $64.99, shipping included. We have a few different categories what we grade on. If you want to look in the description down below, you can see all the different grading parameters that we use. We always put that in the description so you can see how we did it. So the first thing we grade on is packaging and shipping. And just so you guys know, it was shipped in a Gemini mailer, just how we prefer. And the books themselves were actually in this custom black bag, sealed, and all the books were in there so they stay dry if they got wet or something like that. So it was really cool. So a little bit of custom. It's got their label on there and everything. So I really liked how it shipped. And the shipping was included. So I don't know if that means that shipping was free, but it has to do a lot with the value of the box itself.
Sure.
And we'll get to that here in a minute. But the first thing I gave for packaging and shipping, because of what it was, because of the Gemini mailer, because of the custom bag, I gave it 11. I thought it was above and beyond. I kind of think that the shipping is probably very inexpensive or whatnot, or they don't even charge you shipping. It's kind of the route I think they're going. Could have a little asterisk on that, but like I said, when we get to the value of the books, you'll understand why I gave it an 11. What did you give it?
Same thing. Based upon the value of the box itself. You're right. Great Gemini mailer, great bag. If they would have given a shipping price alongside of it that was outside, then I'd have to grade it on that. But since it's included and the value of the books are the way they are, I don't think you can get anything else but an 11.
Yeah, so 11 is above and beyond. 11 means shipping much lower or free. I kind of consider it to be free. Custom bag or packaging and a Gemini mailer. It hits all those points, so that's why it got 11. One more than the 10. So let's go ahead and move on to monetary value. I'll show you all the books and I'll tell you the value of these books. The first one we have up is I Breathe a Body, number 1. This is the Brett Hess Art variant. His first variant cover, so that's really cool.
It's amazing.
I have one of these myself. This book sells on average for around $30 every day of the week, so it's kind of cool. The next one is the Proctor Valley Road, number 1. This is the Peach Momoko variant. This one, average sale for this is around $10. This next one I have here is Cult of Dracula. I believe this is number 2 variant. This one right now sells for an average of around $10. Moving on, the next one is You Promised Me Darkness, number 1, the Gallagher Virgin variant. This one sells for an average of $30. Moving on, another one. This is a great book, by the way. Silver City, the Hive exclusive variant, number 1. This one sells for $20. And the last book in here is Star Wars Republic, number 1, Del Auto, the Spanish version. And this one sells for $30. And so if you add all these books up, you're looking at about $130 plus for the value of the books in this box. And just so you guys know, this box was sent to us by a viewer. It wasn't sent to us from Hive Comics, so we didn't buy it. A viewer bought it and sent it to us. So it's the secret shopper type thing.
Exactly.
So $130 value, and this box cost $65.
$65.
So for monetary value, I gave it an 11.
You can't.
double the value of what you paid, which is exactly what it is plus.
Yeah, you can't give it any other score other than that. I was really blown away by the value of the books that are given, and I know these are all Hive exclusives.
Yes.
And Hive deals in these obscure, amazing covers the way that they do, and so, but I didn't think that they would put this type of value in the box.
Yeah,
It's
I've
incredible.
noticed Hive books tend to hold their value better because they do extremely small print runs, 300, 200, 500 at the most, and their variants just seem to be more sought after. So they hold their value. So I thought that was pretty impressive. But yeah, $130 plus in value. And so it's a double. So I gave it 11. You gave it 11 as well, right?
As well, yes.
So far, 2 perfect scores. The next one we're looking at is condition, bags, and boards. The condition of the books are they look all 9/8. They state everything is a 9.4 and above. They're all above that. I can't see anything wrong with them whatsoever. There's no spine ticks. They all look perfect.
Yeah.
The bags and boards, these are Mylars with halfbacks.
Yeah, and not just Mylars, these are Mylites.
Mylites, yeah.
Right? This is the most expensive ones that you can buy, and they're using it for their mystery box. Every single comic has a Mylite and a Mylite backing board.
Yeah, so I mean, it's the most expensive you can get. You can't get any better than that. So as far as condition and bags and boards, I gave it an 11, which is a better than described Mylar bags and halfbacks. 9.4 or higher, yes, all of them were.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he gave an 11 as well. So far, they're perfect.
On
they're
everything.
more than perfect because 10 is
Exactly.
perfect. So they're above and beyond. The next one, this is where me and Bob kind of different a little bit. This is non-monetary value. And when we look at non-monetary value, for me, I look for well-known characters, number ones, artists, stuff like that, not the filler books. When I look at this box, I don't see any filler, but I did want to put something on here. I gave it 11. I gave it the most it was. And the main reason why, I'm a fan of independent stuff. So, and this is normally where we disagree sometimes because there's a little more wiggle room in this point.
Yeah.
I gave it 11 because I like the independent books in there. To me, I know what they are. And they're number ones. Most of them are number ones except for one issue. And they're all jumping on points to great stories.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty cool because that's what I look for. So you got the great stories, you got great artwork. You might not get the Marvel characters or the DC characters, but for me, I really like the variety that was in this box. So for me, it was an 11. Now you gave it a different score.
Yes, I gave it a 9. And the only reason why is because not all of them are well-known books or well-known characters. And I have to look at it objectively. I mean, I know all these books. They're all great books.
Yeah.
But not everybody is, deep dived into independence the way that we are.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of people out there that are still, being turned on to that. So because of that, I had to look at it for the average shopper.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I would say that this would be a 9 because the average guy that got this would be like, well, there's only one Marvel book in here.
Yeah.
And but a lot of great number ones, a lot of great artists,
Yeah.
a lot of great cover art, and so that's why I gave it a 9.
Yeah. My main reason for 11 is, independents are exploding right now.
Yeah.
They're the talk of the town at the moment right now, and I think that kind of had something to do with it. If it was at a different time, and the independents weren't consuming the market right now and what people were talking about the most, I might go a little differently. Either way, 11 and 9, both excellent grades.
Oh, absolutely.
So no complaints whatsoever. The last thing that we grade on is did it deliver as advertised? Well above. It's worth twice as much as what it is. They're perfect condition books. They're in the Mylites, whatever they are. It's well above and beyond.
Yeah.
So whatever they advertised, they said double it, and that's exactly what they did. So I gave it an 11.
Same with me.
11.
Yeah, I don't think you can grade it any other way.
Yeah. We also have a bonus for bonuses. I did have a sticker in there, just a little sticker with her logo, which is pretty cool. So I got 1 point for a bonus item. Mm-hmm. So that being said, this from me got an overall score of 56. Bob, what'd you give it?
54.
54. So you add that up to out of his possible 100 points, it got 110 because it got all the extra bonus stuff.
It did.
And so this gets an A++. This is by far the best box we have gotten.
Best box that we've reviewed, best box that we've got.
Yeah.
Hands down, I was just way impressed with this.
Yes. If this is a example of all of Hive mystery boxes, I'd say go buy their box right now.
Absolutely.
Go buy it right now. If this is the type of stuff that you get in their box and it has the value, and these are higher dollar books. These are not, a bunch $10, $3 or $4 books. These are 5 or 6 books that range from $10 to $30.
I don't think a single book that was in this pack was under $10.
Yeah, they were all above $10. Now, we reviewed another box. We gave it an A, but in there was different types of books. It had 10 books, but they were like $3 a piece.
But
and
it
added
was
up
advertised,
it added up to what the cost of the box was. This one obviously was double, but instead of the $3 books, we're looking at $30 books.
Right.
And from the comments, when people commented about that box, and you even said, I asked you, I said, what would you prefer? A bunch of $3 books added up to the price, or 1 or 2 big books that cover the price of the box? You're like, I want 1 or 2 big dollar books.
Right.
That's what you got.
Yeah.
So, and then the other ones are good too. So,
absolutely.
Hats off to Hive Comics for their mystery box. Thank you to our friend that sent this to us. Appreciate that. And we're going to be giving all these away. We're not keeping any of these. So, all these ones right here that were sent to us from someone, they said that we could keep them, and they want us to give them away. So, we're going to be giving these books away down the road. So, not bad. I'm excited. Last week we had the Spider-Man booth, which got a C+ or something like that. Mm-hmm. And now this is the best box to date.
This is the best box yet.
Yeah, so I feel much better about doing a good box than the one that got an F.
For sure. Hats off to you, Hive Comics.
Who was that? Torpedo?
Torpedo.
Sorry, Torpedo. Do me a favor, like we said in the Torpedo one, let us know if you bought this box. This is the Hive Comics box. Have you purchased one of their boxes? Let me know if this is similar to what you've got. Did you get the full $65 value? Did you get a $100 value? Anything more than what you paid for it is a positive.
Absolutely.
And this one just happened to double it. So, not bad at all.
Very cool.
So, there you go. That's our honest mystery box reviews brought to you by Scout Comics. You go to scoutcomics.com, enter the code Bueller. You know what? You save 10% there as well. Let's move on to our next thing. This is our Was It Good segment brought to you by Comics on Coffee. And let's just go ahead and tell you the winner of last week, because we did a thing with Comics on Coffee. The winner just let us know what coffee they like in the comments. So the winner is Mike Townsend. He likes Lightspeed coffee.
Sweet.
So there you go. Congratulations, Mike Townsend. We'll get in contact with you. Here's the deal, man. I'm going to make a special email for giveaways, like Bueller giveaways or whatnot, so I can find these emails, no problem. Look in the description of this video. There should be an email right down there for Bueller's giveaways. Look at that email. Send me an email with your information. I'll pass that along to Comics on Coffee, and they will send you a bag of the Lightspeed coffee. Maybe you get a sticker as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a sticker. But congratulations. And Comics on Coffee, they said they're probably going to do this a couple times a month. So we'll be giving away coffee every now and then. So
sounds good.
Thank you to them.
Absolutely.
And they're going to be doing some Comic-Cons in their local area in Florida as of late. So if you're in Florida area, go to the Comic-Con, say, hey, I saw you on Bueller's channel. I want to try some coffee.
Yeah.
And they'll let you drink coffee. That's not bad, right?
Not bad at all.
All right, Bob, let's see your books here. Are these your books?
No, these are my books.
Okay, let me see right here. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll set these ones down. All right, these are the ones that Bob read this week, and we'll go ahead with the first one. Let's see, Barbaric number 2. Mm-hmm. Bob.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It's good.
Was it good?
Yeah, I liked this one.
You loved it?
I did.
You're very happy?
It would have been my pick of the week. How about that?
And that's not your pick of the week.
It would have been.
It was a group.
No, it's a fantastic book. This one gets more into the girl.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
awesome.
The whole thing about being a necromancer and all that, and
okay.
But the way they're playing out the story, I love the guy. I love the character. I love the axe. I love the guy that's the barbarian, and
yeah.
I love where they're taking the story. So I'm enjoying it.
It's Talking Axe, right?
Talking Axe.
That's pretty cool, man.
It's pretty cool.
All right, cool, man. All right, we'll move on to the next one. Something is Killing the Children, number 18. And Bob.
Yeah.
Was that good?
Oh, this one would have been my pick of the week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not Group?
Not Group.
Pretty sure it was Group.
This was awesome.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. Getting into the more of the origin story of Erica Slaughter, and that whole thing where they take her into the barn. I don't know. Did you read it?
No.
Okay, so they take her into a barn, and you kind of get her pet Octo, and they kind of get into that, and there's some dark stuff that happens, and you start to realize just how unique Erica Slaughter is compared to the rest of the people who come through there. I've loved it. I loved every second of this one. Yeah.
Well, I guess I have to read it then.
You have to read it.
I have it somewhere. All right. Sticking with the same writer, we have Department of Truth number 11. This is continuing the Bigfoot story, right?
Yep.
Bob.
Yeah.
Was that good?
Nah. I don't know. You know, look, James Tynion, are you a comic book writer or are you a novelist? Because he's starting to do this thing where he's taking, you know, chunks of comic books and just giving you a page just full of written words. And, you know, because that's the way he's bringing the story along.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe he doesn't want to take 12 issues to tell that part of the story, which he should because it was a boring part of the story.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You know, it didn't grab me. And I found myself being annoyed by just how much prolonged the reading was of the comic. Didn't get to the end. And, you know, it kind of seemed like a side story to what we're going in. But I don't know. It was that
So like I've said, I haven't read it yet, but like I've said a few times in this book is up and down.
It is.
It's inconsistent. It's a good book, but some of the issues I can't stand.
Yeah.
And I haven't read this part of the story, but I've heard that from a few different people.
Yeah.
It's like,
I will say the composition of it is amazing. What they're doing with the art and the lettering and the way it's splayed out on the page, I mean, the paneling, phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
It's trying to throw all that writing into it at the same time. It detracted from the story as far as I'm concerned. So
that's too bad.
Yeah.
All right, Bob. So I don't have my books. I didn't pick them up. So Bob, we'll use some digital images.
All right.
Those ones I marked down there, the 3 that I read. The first 2 are from this past week, and the last one is an advanced review of a book that comes out this week.
Okay. So the first book on the list is Spawn, number 320, Bueller.
Yes, Bob.
Was it good?
It was great.
Yeah?
I love it.
Awesome.
I'm so happy with Spawn. That's actually still a book on my pull list. All 3 or 4 copies, whatever they do.
Yeah.
And by the way, did you guys notice, if you guys are picking it up, they changed it to a freaking cardstock cover.
They did.
No extra charge. Still $2.99, man. Screw
Love
you,
it.
Marvel and DC. Says Tom McFarlane, not me. I love you, Marvel DC.
Yeah.
I just heard that from somebody. All right. Anyway, it was a big fight battle between the one guy and the gorilla. Pretty much, and then Spawn comes in there.
I forget his name.
I got it written down there.
Cygor.
Cygor, and then the other guy, I can't remember the name, but it's written down there.
Yeah.
But it's just a big battle between them two, and then Spawn comes in. It's another battle, and he jumps in there and kind of saves the gorilla dude or whatnot. So it's just a fun book. That's pretty much what it is. It's another battle. There's been a lot of fighting in the book, and I liked the fact that I've said this before, they've kind of changed it up from using the dark tone all the time, the dark background, to where they're using a lighter background. So you get to see the characters more. You know, Spawn in a dark background, you just kind of see the silhouette of Spawn moving around. When it's in a lighter background, like during the daytime or whatnot, you get to see all the great, stuff going on. That's what they've been doing ever since like 300.
Yeah.
And I love it. So I'm all for it. When it's Spawn, awesome book. Buy it. It should be on everyone's freaking poll list.
It should. Support that $2.99
$2.99, man. Tell everyone else, why aren't your books $2.99?
Exactly.
Tom Farnham would do it.
Love it.
There you go.
All right, next one on your list. Scumbag, number 9 by Image Comics. Bueller.
Yeah.
You got to tell me, man.
Yeah.
Was it good for you?
Oh, man, it was great for me. This book is so freaking raunchy, and it's just wonderful raunch.
Wonderful raunch.
Is that a word? Wonderful raunch?
It is now.
You know what? It's just like there's now like a society of scumbags. He's not like there's like a little mini him. That's like a kid version of him who puts together a like team of scumbags, and they all got names, and they all got different powers of scuminicity.
Scuminicity.
And it's just so far fetched, and it's so wonderful. Dirt bag, you name it.
Oh my god!
It's a dumpster fire, but everyone's standing around just roasting marshmallows on the dumpster. Man. It's fantastic. I love it, man. It's probably my favorite book right now.
That's amazing.
After reading this last issue,
right?
You got to read it, dude.
So not Gru.
No. You know what? Screw the Gru.
Wonderful raunchiness.
That was Robbie's pick. We just guessed what he picked. Screw the Gru. Anyway, I love it. It's awesome. If you're not on Scumbag, if you have a weak stomach, don't get it. But if you don't mind, it's just fantastic. I mean, I can't say enough for it. Thank you so much for Rick. Remember, I think these are one. I love it. I love it to death. So
that's awesome. Awesome stuff. All right. So the next one is it called Advanced?
Yeah, this advanced review for
okay.
We're not doing reviews because we don't have a show next week. So I've actually already read a book that comes out this week.
Right.
And I want to give you guys my opinion on this book.
Understood. So this is an advanced review of The Me You Love in the Dark by Scotty Young.
Yeah.
And I think that's Image Comics? Image Comics. So
yeah.
Bueller.
Yeah.
Was it good?
I enjoyed it. Here's the thing. It sets it up. Number one is all set up. That's pretty much what it is. I was really looking forward to it because it's Scotty Young. He got off of doing Middle West or whatnot for Image Comics, and now this is his new title. Let me just kind of set the premise a little bit. You got this lady artist. She's kind of in a block as far as not being able to make her art any good anymore. So she rents like this house. It resembles the Beetlejuice house, to be honest. It's out in the middle of nowhere. The word is it's haunted or whatnot. And she kind of likes that thing, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna rent this house. So she rents this house, and she's like, she's all by herself. So she's like talking in the house. Oh, there's no ghost here. Anyway, of course, there is a ghost. And that's pretty much the setup to the whole rest of the story. You don't see the ghost, but you hear a noise or whatnot, and then some things happen. I don't want to give too much away, and I really didn't. But that's pretty much the premise of the book. And it was entertaining. I like how they did it. I liked how they introduced the main character. I thought she was interesting. She's kind of got that like artist block or whatnot, the artwork in it was very... kind of stylish or whatnot. I enjoyed that. So I think it's a good book. And I think Scotty Young's writing is really good. He's come a long way from from his artwork, which is his artwork stands out. We all know his style, but his writing has a style as well.
Yeah.
And this is a great series. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. It was a nice introduction, to the series. It's not going to give you a lot because there's obviously a lot more to come, but it's good enough to read it. It's like, okay, I get it.
On for the ride.
I'm going to add this to the poll list. So that's an advanced review. Like I said, what's it called again? It's got a weird name.
The Me You Love in the Dark.
The Me You Love in the Dark. Usually you'd think that would be something else. It's not.
It's not. I love it.
It was good for me.
There we go.
And just for me, but whatever, right? Anyway, there you go. That's it. Like I said, we don't have any reviews for next week. What are you going to read next week? Do you know of anything that you want to read?
Yeah, actually I do. I'm prepared this time.
Oh, okay.
Look at this.
You don't want me to say cut anymore?
No, I don't
People
want you to
like
say
that.
cut.
They got a kick out of it.
They did, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so...
He's looking.
There we go. All right. So there's a number of books that I'll be reading next week, but I think Geiger number 5, Basilisk number 3, and Tankers number 3.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And then there's a couple other books like Me You Love in the Dark is what I'll be getting, the new Batman, and then Not All Robots.
Oh, there you go. Or maybe you'll review those on one of your shows or something.
Maybe
like
I will. I don't know.
There you go. Something like that. Well, there you go. Like I said, we're not doing them here, so
yeah,
you're going to have to do it over there at Bob's.
Over at Bob's.
The you, me, and you love in the dark. Loving me in the dark.
At Bob's.
By myself. Alone.
Yeah.
What?
No, I didn't say
Interesting.
anything.
Anyway, I think that's it. What happened to my card?
I don't know.
I can't find number 3 and 4.
Oh, here we go. Wait.
He took it. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Let's see. What was that? I thought I wrote that down on there. No, that's okay. That's it.
That's it.
That's
Wow.
our Was It Good segment brought to you by Comics on Coffee on our website. Enter the code Bueller. Save 15% on your order. You can subscribe and get monthly coffee, or you can just buy coffee. And mugs. We like the mugs.
We like the mugs.
So there you go. I don't know. Like I said, we're not doing the what's the other one? The random thoughts.
Random thoughts. We're not doing random thoughts.
Yeah, because we didn't watch anything this week, or at least I didn't.
Yeah,
so
I didn't really either.
Is there anything?
No.
I don't know. I saw Ben Affleck on a motorcycle.
Oh, that's right. There was that, huh?
He's still doing it?
I guess so.
I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
Isn't there like 3 different Batmans right now?
Yep.
Whatever, right?
Whatever.
It's Batman and the Batman. There's a difference apparently.
If Spider-Man's going to do it, why can't Batman?
There you go. They're all going to get together.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, there's a few things real quick before we go. For one, awesome. Thank you so much to everyone who's purchased the Moon Knight book. I still have not received my copies. This is the first time I've seen it. Bob brought it over today. I actually got to hold it in my hands. I rubbed it.
He did. He hugged it.
Rubbed it, hugged it, loved it.
Put about 4 spine ticks in it.
Whatever, dude.
Just kidding.
I know a guy.
I know a guy. There we go.
Anyway, anyone who's purchased that, thank you so much. I've been tagged on Instagram quite a bit. And if you're still looking to get it, you can go to birdcitycomics.com, enter that code Bueller, get a copy or whatnot. So awesome, really cool. Looking forward to getting my copies. Like I said earlier, Washington State SummerCon going to be there this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It's only those 2 days. Hopefully I get my copies by then. I'll have some with me. If you see me there and you haven't picked up a copy, I can sell you some if I have some extra or whatnot. Should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing Donnie Cates and hanging out with him a little bit, and Howard Chaykin. Both of those people I've had on my show before, so it'll just be like a reuniting, I guess. So
awesome.
Should be fun. Let's see. Also, I want to let you guys know that our buddy Jim Mint, he's got an Indiegogo thing going on right now for his next exclusive. It's a Betty Page one.
I saw that.
And I love Betty Page, and my daughter is named Page or whatnot, you know. Anyway, if you guys want to go check that out, I'll leave a link to the Indiegogo campaign for that. You can get a bunch of stuff, but you can just get the book if you want as well. And she's even, his sketches, he's putting a diamond in everything because it's gem or whatnot. Sure. So she's got like a diamond ring on her, whatever, you know. It's cool. I like it. It's done by Jay Lee.
Oh, that's right.
It's very stylistic. So awesome. Check that out. Let's see what else I got here. I just want to say thank you again to everyone for the birthday wishes and for the gifts that were sent my way. I think there's actually another one that just got delivered as we were sitting here. It's probably sitting outside at the door. And everyone is just so generous, and it just really just touched me or whatnot, you know. And like I said on my live stream, I actually started bawling. I was talking to my sister, and it's like, I can't believe somebody would, you know, buy this laptop or whatnot, you know, or just anything in general. Anything from the $1,000 laptop to the $10 light bulbs, you know, it all helps. It all makes me get that much closer to a dream I'm trying to achieve. And so everyone, really thank you so much for helping out. There's more stuff to come. People ask me, are you going to be documenting your trip or your, you know, your van life and all that stuff? Yes, all that stuff. The comic stuff is still going to be there on the channel, but there's going to be so much more. Yeah. And you guys are going to be sick of me. So you might want to watch Bob or something like that. So. But yeah, I want to share all that stuff with you every step of the way. You know, it's because of you that I get to do this, so I want to share it with you guys. So it's pretty cool. So I just want to say thank you once again to everyone who stepped up, and you know, there's probably more to come. You know, because like I said many times, the community is extremely generous, and they step up when they know they can help someone out or whatnot. So anyway, if you want to check out my list or whatnot, there's a link down there. And that's about it. What's going on with you, Bob? Anything good?
Not much. I'm hopefully going to put a video out this weekend. I'm really going to try. But other than that, this will be the last week that my t-shirts are on sale. Okay. So if you want a t-shirt, you can buy one from extra small all the way up to 4 extra large. It's $20 plus $5 shipping and handling. $2 of that goes to the Hero Initiative. And all you have to do is email me at bullseyebobec@outlook.com. Let me know your shirt size, give me your address, and I'll send you a PayPal invoice. And then once next week, once the sale ends, I'll put the order in. I'll get them back pretty quickly, and then I'll get them out in the mail to everybody.
T-shirts from Bob.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's awesome stuff.
You should sell like underpants.
You know, I thought about that.
There's a bullseye right in the front.
Bullseye underoos, man.
Right in the front.
Right in the front.
It says everything. Comics? If I have it like a question mark.
Right?
Everything comics?
Maybe the next sale.
Okay, man. That's a good idea. Well, that's good, man. That's good. Buy a shirt.
Please.
There you go. I got one. It's awesome. I love it. I wear it all the time, see? Anyway, thank you once again. I'll see you guys at the Washington State SummerCon. If you're going there, please, if you are, come say hi at the booth. We'll have setup and everything. Should be a really fun weekend.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be there.
Yeah, and my mom's going to be there. My mom's going
awesome.
with me. So you'll get to meet Mama Bueller. I shouldn't go by that, but anyway. Should be interesting. She's never been to a Comic-Con before. It's not like a huge Comic-Con because it's like the third part. There's only like two comic book guests.
Right.
But, you know, it is what it is. So start small.
Yeah.
I'll take her to San Diego Comic-Con next year or something.
There you go.
Anyway. All right, everyone. Appreciate it. I can't think of anything else. Oh, one more thing. Sleepy Reader, happy birthday, man. It was
Happy birthday!
we share the same birthday. He didn't tell anyone.
You didn't tell nobody.
That's just the way he is. So, you know what, man? Happy birthday, Sleepy Reader.
Love you, man.
You're a good dude.
He is a good dude.
Yeah, and Bob loves you. So.
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Bob, you want to take us out?
Sure thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You know what to do. We'll see you next time.